We've all seen those viral posts, green onions sprouting in jars, their bright shoots reaching for the sun, promising a second life from what would otherwise be tossed away. It's hard not to be captivated by the simplicity and hopefulness of it all. Lettuce heads regrowing from stumps, sending up tender new leaves, seem to defy the odds. These images fill our feeds, making it look effortless to turn yesterday's scraps into tomorrow's meals. The idea is magical, turning kitchen scraps into new life, right on your windowsill. It's like having a tiny, ever-changing garden in the heart of your home, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. It's a promise of sustainability, a fun challenge, and a little bit of everyday wonder. There's something deeply satisfying about watching new growth emerge from what you once considered waste. Kitchen scrap gardening is everywhere online because it feels so accessible. Social media is filled with before and after shots, time-lapse videos, and enthusiastic testimonials from people of all ages. No backyard or fancy tools needed, just a glass of water, a sunny spot, and last night's leftovers. It's a project that fits into any lifestyle, whether you live in a tiny apartment or a sprawling house. For many, it's a first step into gardening, a science experiment for kids, or a curiosity for seasoned growers. It's a way to connect with nature, learn about plant growth, and maybe even inspire a lifelong love of gardening. But is it really a gardening miracle, or just a fleeting trend? Can you actually grow enough to make a difference, or is it more about the experience than the harvest? The truth is somewhere in between. Some scraps thrive, while others struggle. Success depends on the type of vegetable, your environment, and a bit of patience. Today, let's dig into what actually works, what's just for fun, and how to turn scraps into a real, if modest, harvest. Whether you're hoping to save money, reduce waste, or simply enjoy the magic of new growth, kitchen scrap gardening has something to offer. Ready to get started? Let's set realistic expectations before we dive in. Kitchen scrap gardening is fun, rewarding, and a great way to get more from your groceries, but it's important to know what's actually possible and what's just wishful thinking. For example, you can't regrow a full carrot from a carrot top. Only the leafy greens will sprout. These greens are edible and can be used as a garnish or in salads, but the orange root itself won't magically reappear. This is a common misconception, but understanding it helps you appreciate what you do get. Most kitchen scrap gardening is about coaxing new leaves or shoots from the base of your vegetables, not recreating the original vegetable in its entirety. The process is more about encouraging regrowth from what's left, rather than starting from scratch. The best candidates for regrowing are leafy greens like romaine, bok choy, and cabbage. These vegetables have a central base that, when placed in water, can send up fresh new leaves. While you won't get a whole new head, you'll enjoy a steady supply of tender greens for sandwiches, salads, or stir-fries. Alliums, green onions, scallions, and leeks are the true champions of kitchen scrap gardening. They're incredibly resilient and can send up new shoots again and again, often regrowing several times from the same base. Just trim what you need and let them keep growing. Herbs like basil and mint can be propagated from healthy green cuttings. Place a fresh stem in water and watch roots form in just a week or two. However, woody or dried-out stems won't regrow, so start with the freshest cuttings you can find for the best results. Root veggies like carrots, beets, and turnips will only give you edible greens, not new roots. These leafy tops are surprisingly versatile. Try them in pesto, soups, or as a fresh garnish. But remember, the original root won't regrow from the top. Don't be disappointed if your celery base doesn't become a full stalk. Instead, celebrate the tender new leaves it does provide. These young leaves are packed with flavor and can be used in salads or as a fresh topping for your favorite dishes. Adjust your perspective. Kitchen scrap gardening isn't about replacing your grocery store, but about extending the life of your produce and making the most of what you have. It's a way to stretch your food budget, reduce waste, and enjoy the satisfaction of growing something new from leftovers. Every new sprout is a bonus harvest, a small, satisfying reward for your patience and care. Even a handful of fresh greens or herbs can brighten up a meal and remind you of the magic in everyday things. Embrace the reality, not the myth. The true joy of kitchen scrap gardening comes from seeing new life emerge from what would otherwise be thrown away, and from celebrating each small success along the way. With the right expectations, kitchen scrap gardening is a win for any gardener. Whether you have a big backyard or just a sunny windowsill, it's a simple, accessible way to connect with your food and the growing process. It's about small victories and less waste, Every bit you regrow means less goes to the compost or landfill, and more ends up on your plate. Now that you know what's possible, let's see how to make those wins happen, step by step. Most guides to regrowing kitchen scraps start with a simple trick. Place your leftover lettuce or celery base in a glass of water on a sunny windowsill. It's fun to watch roots and shoots appear almost like magic, and it's a great way to get kids or beginners excited about growing their own food from scraps. Water is a fantastic way to jumpstart the growth process. It encourages roots to form quickly, and you'll see new green shoots in just a few days. This stage is all about giving your scraps a fresh start and letting you see the first signs of life. But here's the catch. After a few days, those plants in water start to look pale, limp, and weak. The leaves lose their color, and the stems can get soft or mushy. That's because water alone can't provide the essential nutrients your plants need to stay healthy and strong. This is where soil becomes your best friend. Soil isn't just dirt. It's a living, breathing ecosystem packed with minerals, organic matter, and beneficial microbes. It's the real game changer that transforms your fragile scraps into thriving, productive plants. As soon as you spot new roots or a bit of fresh growth, it's time to move your scrap out of the water and into a small pot filled with good quality potting mix. This step is crucial for long-term success. In soil, roots get the support they need to anchor the plant, and they can finally access a full buffet of nutrients, everything from nitrogen and potassium to trace minerals that water simply can't provide. This is what helps your plants grow strong, lush, and vibrant. Don't stress about fancy containers or expensive planters. A simple 4-inch plastic pot, or even a recycled container with drainage holes will do the trick. The key is to give your plant enough space for its roots to spread out and grow. Gently bury the base and roots in the soil, water it thoroughly, and place the pot back in a sunny spot. This helps the plant settle in and encourages new growth right away. You'll notice a difference almost immediately. The leaves become greener, the stems stand taller, and the whole plant looks more vibrant and full of life. While water is great for getting things started, only soil can truly sustain your mini garden and help your plants reach their full potential. The difference is clear when you compare scraps left in water to those thriving in soil. This simple step, moving your scraps to soil, turns a fun science experiment into a real, ongoing harvest. You'll be able to snip fresh greens for your meals again and again. Don't skip this part. Your plants will reward you with lush, healthy growth and a steady supply of homegrown greens. With the right care, healthy scraps in soil can keep producing for weeks, sometimes even months, giving you a continuous harvest from what would have been kitchen waste. That's the real secret to kitchen scrap success. Let soil do the heavy lifting, and you'll enjoy fresh, homegrown greens right from your windowsill. Want a guaranteed win? Start with green onions. They're the easiest and most rewarding scrap to regrow. Cut the green tops off an inch above the white roots. Use the greens in your cooking and save the white bases. Stand the bases in a glass with just enough water to cover the roots. Place on a sunny windowsill. New shoots appear in a day or two. Change the water every couple of days. For a continuous supply, move them to soil once new growth is a few inches tall. Bury the white part. Keep the soil moist, and snip greens as needed. They'll regrow again and again. You may never need to buy green onions again. This simple project builds confidence for more ambitious scrap gardening. Ready for the next step? Try romaine lettuce and celery. Save the base of your lettuce or celery, about 2 inches. Place it cut side up in a shallow dish with half an inch of water. Keep most of the base dry to prevent rot, and refresh the water every day or two. In about a week, new leaves or stalks will sprout from the center. Once you see roots and new growth, move the base to a pot of soil. Bury it halfway up, water well, and keep it in a sunny spot. The new head won't be as big as store-bought, but you'll get fresh, tender leaves or stalks. Celery especially needs soil for thick, flavorful growth. Enjoy the bonus harvest in your salads and soups. Root vegetables cause the most confusion. Regrowing carrot, beet, or turnip tops won't give you a new root, just edible greens. Slice off the top inch with the stem, place cut side down in a shallow dish of water. In a sunny spot, feathery leaves will sprout in about a week. Carrot greens are great in salads or pesto. Beet and turnip greens are delicious sautéed. Move the tops to soil for more robust growth. Celebrate the free greens, not the missing root. It's a fun way to discover new flavors and reduce waste. Kitchen scrap gardening is about curiosity and joy. Try regrowing pineapple tops, ginger, or avocado pits. Some will work, some won't. Every attempt is a learning experience. The real lesson: waste is just potential waiting to be unlocked. Involve your kids or friends. The excitement is contagious. Don't stress about perfection. If a scrap fails, compost it and try again. You don't need a big space or fancy tools, just curiosity and a sunny spot. If you enjoyed this guide, join our Soil Stories community for more tips and inspiration. Share this with someone who'd love to try scrap gardening. Let's grow together, one kitchen scrap at a time. Happy experimenting. See you in the next garden adventure.